All right, well, yeah, what's up? What's up? Yeah, so what I was saying is our leading gapper is AKLI up 72%, but it is a 40-cent stock. I don't really like to trade anything under $1 most of the time. And it does have a 60 million share float, so a little bit on the higher end. Could still make a move. It does have news, but it's not my kind of A plus kind of stock. So CYCC, this one, nice float, very small float, but what's going on here? Volume has died. The volume has died out. My coffee's still so hot. Let's see what else. GMM, the next one on the gap scan. This is starting to get into a price range that I like. I do well at, but let's see if there's news. Global MOFY Metaverse and hard to dub leverage NVIDIA Omniverse to develop generative video AI platform. I do like it that it has, because it's leveraging NVIDIA, which is a huge company that has been getting a lot of hype because of its recent big move. And it's developing a generative video AI, so AI platform, so AI, another buzzword. Let's see, let me read the full description here. Power, NVIDIA, generative AI, artificial intelligence platform designed for the film production and video generation of other content creation within the digital entertainment sector. I mean, it has news. It's not terrible. It's up about 70%. Actually, just overtook AKLI in the leading gap. We do have a nice gap here on the daily chart, up to maybe $3. Am I reading that correctly? So I'm not sure what happened on this day. This is 318. Let's go back to 318. It doesn't have news on 318, so it looks like it wasn't caused by a news catalyst. But maybe we can reclaim back up to $3. It is a bit of a stretch, but maybe we can reach at least up to $2. That would be nice. No, it's not confirmed yet. 24/7 trading is not confirmed yet. I don't think it's going to be confirmed. I'm thinking it's like a 10% yes and a 90% no. Or maybe 20% yes, 80% no. That's kind of how I'm reading it. We do have MULN, which is a potential continuation from yesterday. We did have a nice move after midday into the close from about $4 up to $5. I wasn't around to trade it. Did have a nice after hours move as well. And seems to be kind of riding with the recent Tesla move. We did have a nice recent Tesla move from I don't know. I think it was 140, 130. Yeah, 130 all the way up to about 200. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy bounce there on Tesla. Which is very nice to see. It did have bad earnings, but it looks like it was already priced in. And then it was just sell the anticipation and buy the news. So the opposite of buy the hype, sell the news. But yeah, MULN is an EV company. electric vehicles. Maybe we see a day 2 on this. I forget the news catalyst that we had on it. So let me look at it again. 29. Trading higher as the company announced California Air Resources Board has approved 2024 Nolan 3 for hybrid of zero emission bus voucher incentive project. Okay, so it gets like incentives. They got approved for incentives. So not a bad catalyst. Maybe we see a day 2. The technicals are looking pretty decent. We're seeing higher lows into the open, near all-time, well, recent yesterday's high, not all-time highs. That's 774. Where can we potentially reach here? Let's see. It's tough to say. You have highs here. I don't know if it's getting all the way up to $10, but that's a recent high there. How do you anticipate day trading if confirmed the U.S. NYSE will operate 24/7, for instance, no distinct opening hours? When do you foresee the stock market being most active? That's a good question. I've been thinking about that myself. The only thing you could really do is, I would assume that most news is still going to be published at early in the morning, like Eastern time, maybe 6 or 7 a.m. Like it has been. So maybe the move's not getting the most volume at 9:30, but maybe when the news drops, it's going to be where the most volume is going to be. So maybe the moves will be earlier in the morning, maybe around 6 or 7 a.m. versus at 9:30, because there's going to be no 9:30 is only relevant because of it's a market open. So once that's gone, there's no reason for more volume to come in at 9:30. That's the only thing that I'm anticipating to change. The problem is it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to time all these moves. Because that have to bank on most of the news catalysts coming out at 6 or 7 in the morning, which I have no idea if that's going to be a trend or if it's just going to be absolutely random. And there's going to be companies posting news at 3 p.m., 7 p.m., 11 p.m., 2 a.m., because I don't want to be sitting here 24/7 to be trading. So I'm just going to have to adjust in real time with the trends that you're getting. The first few days of, if it's 24/7 trading, then see where the news is happening. Where's the news dropping? And then try to be up at that time. That's really how I'm going to have to do it. Another struggle is going to be setting boundaries. It's like, okay, you hit max loss. Okay, do you wait the next day now, or do you wait just a few hours to trade again? Or when do you even stop trading? When do you come back to start trading again? That's going to be very tough to set boundaries, because there's not a definitive end to the trading day. So I guess is maybe just however you see fit for how you feel coming back. Also, on the weekend, it's like no longer getting a break from the market. You're going to be looking at the market. You're going to be more inclined to at least take a look. And then you'll be stirred up by, emotions, FOMO, if something's moving at Saturday night and you're out, drinking, and you see something moving at Saturday night, and you just jump in it, and you're drunk or you're under the influence, and you want to take $20,000 or $30,000 of a penny stock, And then there's your entire night, your entire weekend, and days of regret because of one stupid decision. That's definitely going to be a boundary that you're going to need to set. It's going to be tough to enforce. You have to be definitely disciplined, which is difficult if you're under the influence. But for me, I don't drink or anything until Friday after trading. Friday after the close, or Friday when I'm done trading, in the afternoon if I'm done trading, or after the close. Usually it's after the close. That's when I'll start, if I want to have a drink or two. It's usually on Friday and Saturdays. That's it. I don't drink during the week. I don't do anything else, but it'll be difficult if it's 24/7 trading. And you'll never be able to get a break. You'll always have a pulse in the market, which could be bad. Could be bad for your mental health. We'll see here. Nothing looks good, man. Nothing looks good. This sucks. MULN dumping here. This might give some range trades. MULN. It's not really moving like a hot momentum stock, so I'm definitely not going to be aggressive at the highs, but I'll trade it on the dips. But man, nothing is freaking moving, man. Come on. This sucks. I've been through these types of markets though so many times, and it always comes back around. The first time I went to a market like this, when I first started trading, I blew up all my profit that I made in 6 months in like a week. Because I was like, oh my God, my strategy's not working anymore. I'm not making any money. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Let me just punch it and punch it and punch it and punch it. And then I literally erased 6 months of profit in a week. And that was a day, I remember it now. Walking on the beach. I think it was like March 2021 or 2022, something like that. Just walking on the beach, and I said, that's it, I'm done. I'm not trading anymore. I'm done. I have to figure something else out. Maybe I pursue real estate or something. I don't know. I said I was done, to give up, moving on to something else. But the next day, I looked at the market again. And I placed a couple trades. And then again, placed a couple trades. Eventually, the market came back, and then I started making money again. I was like, all right, we're back in business. But I learned my lesson, with not being so aggressive and not taking it personal when the market gets cold. But you definitely have to experience the cycles of the market to be able to adjust accordingly. It's understandable the first few times you might panic a little bit that you're not making as much money, especially if you're relying on this as a source of income. But yeah, the market owes you nothing. It's more so you got to be ready for what the market pitches you. It's definitely like batting, like in baseball. You're batting, you just gotta wait for the right pitches. Sometimes the pitches are just gonna be crappy for back to back to back, crappy. You just gotta have that discipline to let it pass, or try to maybe hit a grounder, try to get a first base on some crappy pitches, but eventually it'll start pitching right down the middle, back to back to back to back. And in that case, you got to be ready to swing for the fences. But right now, we're not getting that. So right now, it's just chill out. We just got to chill out. Go sideways is fine. As long as you can go sideways. Sideways is great, actually. Sideways is great. Even small red, even if you're slowly bleeding over the course of a week, let's say over the course of a week, you have 4 red days. You may have 5 red days, but let's say they're so small that it's like adding up to like one average green day on a normal market. That's a win. That's definitely a win. You have to be in the survival mode right now. I have no idea. I don't reckon when the next hot market's going to come. I do not reckon. It's just whenever it decides to come around. It's usually, it could be, you know, weeks. This is what, this is maybe the second week of a slow market. Maybe we don't see anything for the rest of this week. Maybe the rest of this week is slow. Maybe we see something next week. We may not see something for the next month. You know, it could be like that. It really could be like that. It's tough. It's definitely tough. Going through markets like this. But we got to stay disciplined. Sometimes there is sporadic opportunity, though, in the slower market. Like MULN. If I was hanging around, I probably maybe could have pulled out a couple $100 off of this. But I'd have to have waited through. I sit down at 9 a.m. or 8:30. I'd have to sit through 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 4.5 hours of chop, of me sitting on my hands to be able to get this B quality, C to B quality setup. I'd have to sit through 4 hours of chop. You know, by that time, I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm done. I don't want to trade anymore. I don't even want to look at a market anymore. This thing is just so slow. I'm wasting my time. But there is some sporadic opportunity here and there. But you definitely have to be patient. Yeah, yesterday I was only up like 40 bucks. Made $40 yesterday. That's it. And that was what? Yesterday was what? Monday? Friday I was down 50. It was slow on Friday. Monday I was up 40. So I'm just going sideways. Past 2 days, past 2 trading days going sideways. This week might be a flat week. I've already accepted this week may be a flat week. If it's this slow. And whatever. You just got to accept it. Accept it. But that means in the hot market, you have to remember the slow market. Because when you're in a hot market, you have to be willing to push it a little bit harder. If you have a profitable strategy, of course. Because that's going to make up for these slower weeks. You have to get it going while the going is hot. Or the getting is hot. Let's see if anything's on the scan. Anything else on the scan? WGS maybe? Nope. 200,000 shares of volume. Terrible. EGOX. What's EGOX doing? Trash. MRIN. Trash, but it's got a low float. Let's see if it's got news. It's got decent volume, maybe, for pre-market. Not decent, but not terrible. At least it's holding its kind of levels here. It's only up 22%, though. Okay, let's see here. Trading higher up, the company announced the launch of its AI-powered anomaly detector. Okay, it does have news. You know what? We're going to put in alert here. If we can break VWAP, if we can break VWAP, break 3050, and hold these levels, I'll look to get involved. But I don't want to be buying dips on this thing, for sure, especially if it's low volume. Low volume dips are rough. Low volume dips are rough. Let's take a look at the daily here. Yeah, so I do like that we had this gap is quite could be bullish. We can hold this level. If we can hold this EMA here, and we can hold this pivot that we broke over, if we can hold that, we may be able to see something. We may be able to see something. Most European countries chose to celebrate Labor Day on 1st of May, so tomorrow most countries in Europe are on holiday. Don't know if they'll affect the stock market tomorrow. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Probably. There'll probably be less activity. Labor Day? Labor Day? Interesting. Our Labor Day is in September. It's like late September, I think. September 20-something. This is Memorial Day is coming up. Memorial Day is for us in May. May 20, maybe something like that. 21. Agba. Yeah, Agba is pushing. Agba is pushing. I've been keeping an eye on it. It's actually not terrible. We're getting closer up to these highs. I remember we traded this. This is back when NIVF was a sympathy as well. Let's take a look at NIVF. Maybe it's moving? No, NIVF is not moving. I think Agba could be it, man. I think we can maybe do 325. Man, what a daily chart. Does that have fresh news, I guess? Limited shares are trading higher. The company announced for its... Okay. Oh my gosh. Just a recycled news again. This is the news that we had when it first moved up. Weeks ago. Highlights plans for its previously announced merger with Triller. Wow. Great. Just great. Well, recycled news. We're moving again. Heck, man, if this could be, it still could be a technical play though. Even though it's recycled news, it still could move because you likely have some shorts in here that are likely going to be stopping out. If we break 3 and hold, I would think that there's some shorts that are going to stop out. So we may see a short-lived move on AGBA. It is like recycled news, so I'm not sure if it's going to be like a whole day thing or a longer hold time type of thing. Maybe a couple quick scalps for, maybe we see a 20 cent move, 30 cent move on this thing, and that's it. And it could be something like that. It could be a clear out too. It could be, swipe the short, stop out short, swipe this shares short, and then, big banks want to push it lower. Something like that. Could be something like that too. I mean, I did pretty decent on AGBA when it was moving, so I do pretty decent on stocks on this price range because I can manage my risk. So I'm going to be focusing here on AGBA at the open. Maybe we can get that break of 3 and up to the previous high of 325. Heck, man, if I can see that, I'd be happy. I'd be happy, man. If I'm break even today, I'm happy. If I'm small red, I'm happy. If I'm green, I'm definitely happy. I don't want to be max loss. Today is not a day to be max loss. I should not be max loss today. I think I should be at worst case scenario, half max loss. Which, let's say my max loss is 500, so I don't want to be down more than $250 today. That's my downside risk today. It's not worth losing anything more than that. So that's my plan going forward. Hopefully you guys get some green on the way out. Hit that thumbs up button for me, and if you're new, consider subscribing. Love that part of the community. Check out the links on the description. Check out the Discord. And I'll catch you guys later today. if there is a recap. Not sure if there will be a recap. If we don't see anything, no recap. But if we do see something, I'll make a recap. All right, catch you later. Peace.